Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Sharon's Nail Boutique, here on hashtag before and after episodes. This is before the Galaxy nails, and that is afterwards. These are my unicorny rainbow bright nails. They are gorgeous. If you want to pause it, here is a list of all the products that I used for the most part. So I wanted to put that up for you guys just so you can try and recreate this if you want. If you do, don't forget to hashtag before and after, hashtag rainbow bright unicorn nails, and let me know if you do so I can head over and subscribe or watch it if I'm not already. That being said, I just start off by prepping the nails, which I already did. I'm going in with a thin clear base using my number 14 Aqua Kolinsky brush, and it is already pinched into an oval shape, and I'm just going in with my Mia Secret clear acrylic polymer, and I'm doing that thin clear base so that when I do her redesign the next time she comes in, I have something to file back down to. As you can see, there's still a little bit left of the old design, but have no fear because we will be going in with beautiful colors to cover that all up. So moving forward, and just finish up that thin base there. Now I have sped this up a little bit, but it's a little under twice the speed, so not by much. This color that you see here, this is one of my own, and this is my beautiful color called Minty Apple. I love it. It's one of my favorite colors. And after I use my Minty Apple, I go in with Let's Party by Mia Secret. Then I go in with one of another Mia Secrets, which is the turquoise Aladdin one. And I just continue going in like with my colors. Then I go in with Deep Blue from Glam and Glitz. Then I'll use Plum from Mia Secret. Ashes of Roses. There's more of the Let's Party. It has like a little bit of glitter in it. I really love this color. I really feel like all these colors went so well together. This blue right here, I forget exactly what it's called. It is from Mia Secret's Blue Lovers collection. That one right there is the Aladdin turquoise one. Let me see really quick what color exactly that baby blue with the sparkle is. That one is by the Blue Lovers collection as well, and it's actually just called Blue Lover. That's it. And then I used the Let's Party turquoise by the Aladdin collection, Ashes of Roses, Sunset Paradise, Deep Blue, Cover Nude blush, Plum, and I believe that's it. Oh, and On Your Mark. That's that dark purple right there that I'm using up at the cuticle area. So I really love actually how these colors turned out looking together. At first I wasn't sure if they were going to look good or not. That one right there that you see me using is Mia Secret Ice Cream. I really love that pink and how it actually turned out. Super pretty. This is Sunset Paradise, and I was actually thinking of possibly using Popsicle, but I really like how Sunset Paradise played off of the pink and the purple. It wasn't too bright of an orange, like in your face. It went really well with the color palette, and so I'm really happy with the choice that I made. So after I'm happy with my color placement and the way it looks, I go in with my angel paper shards that you see pre-cut on the side there. And I really wanted this nail to be like a big focal point. Before I go in with the shards, I add a little more to the free edge here because I felt like it was a little kind of see-through, too see-through. Not built up enough, I guess. And then I'll put a little more of my Minty Apple, I believe, in that bottom corner, I think. I put a little more Plum, and I do put a little more like up at that cuticle. I think I use a little more On Your Mark, and I use a little more Blue Lover. Let's see, a little more Ice Cream, and I think I used a little more Sunset Paradise. And because it was a little see-through down there, I go in and I use a little more turquoise, Aladdin turquoise. A little more deep blue. Okay, I don't put any Minty Apple. I go in with my Angel Shard papers, and I'm actually, there's really no rhyme or reason, I guess. I just place them particularly, like I'll grab like my triangular, like that bit right there. I'll put that up in the corners. You want to make sure that you're placing these not too close, but close enough to where it looks like, okay, broken mirror pieces. That's the look that I'm going for, obviously. But I want them to be plentiful, and I want them to be kind of like they were purposely meant to go in that way. You know what I mean? Like I cut them certain ways, and I'll pick up certain pieces that just kind of fit together like a puzzle. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do this type of nail. But when you cut them, you want to make sure that they're thin, unless you're going for the bigger, thicker look. But I wasn't this time around. So I personally cut them like on diagonals, on the corners and stuff like that, because I knew I was going to need different types of pieces. So yeah, just cut them as thin or as thick as you like, whatever look you're going for, and just make sure that you're placing them appropriately. You don't want one side to have more than the other, or have there be like a huge gap missing pieces. Like you just want to pay particular attention to where you're placing them, especially like obviously if you do like a glitter nail, right? You don't want to put like huge chunks of glitter up at the cuticle, because then you'll have a hard time like capping it. So you really want to, that's a different video. I'll probably do a video coming up soon with the foil design and bead placement, because I really feel like that's one of the things that beginners, when you're first starting out, you have the hardest time with liquid to powder ratio and placement of acrylic beads, and how to use your brush. So I will be working on getting that video up and editing that as soon as I have a break in between clients. Once I'm happy with the angel paper and how it looks and how, you know, how it's coming together on the nail, I will encapsulate. And that's actually what I'm doing in this video. I'm actually encapsulating each nail as I go. That way, when I'm done, I'm actually done, and I could just come into file. Now with this, you want to make sure that when you're capping, okay, that you're letting gravity do its job. So you're holding the hand on a downward angle, facing downward, because if you have it like flat or even upwards, all that acrylic is going to spill into the cuticle, unless it's so dry that it's not moving, and then you can't move it over the whole nail anyways. So I always like to have my client's hand at a downward slope so that my powder can do what it needs to do. You know, you shouldn't have to do too much work with your brush. That's the whole entire point. Moving forward, I think I go now to either the pointer or the pinky, and I do a ombre. I think a 3-tone ombre, 2 or 3 of the blue colors, and then I use my Cover Nude blush up at that cuticle area. I love me some Mia Secret. Oh, see how I switched that up? This is Glam and Glitz On Your Mark. This is a really, really pretty purple. I actually have to get more of it because I'm running out, but it's so pretty. I actually did the 3-tone ombre on this nail. I used On Your Mark from Glam and Glitz. Then I used Sunset Paradise in the center at that like free edge area. And then I used Ashes of Roses up at that cuticle. Now, I won't lie, Ashes of Roses is a pretty difficult color to work with. And I think it's because of obviously how it was like mixed up with the pigment. Some of their colors are mixed with white, some are mixed with clear. And some of the colors marble more than others. Glam and Glitz is a pretty wet system, whereas like say stuff like CJP is a drier system. You have to drain a lot of liquid out of your brush. Glam and Glitz works better when it's more wet. As you can see here. But with an ombre, you want to be damp, a little damp anyways. You don't want to have like a huge dry bead because then you won't be able to blend the colors into each other properly. You see how I blended that orange into the purple? Now, typically when you think ombre, right, you don't think orange and purple. You think like a baby boomer, like pink and whites and colors that go well together, right? Well, I'm like the master of taking oddball colors and just mixing them together. Like, I'm known for stuff like that. I love ombreing, and I'll ombre whatever colors I feel are gonna look good together. Like, I've ombreed black and nude. Like, I can pretty much do whatever colors are out there. It's just a matter of having the right amount of liquid versus powder in your brush. That's super important. So you see, I place this, I push it up, work on the shape up at the cuticle first. I'm not so much focused on blending it at this moment. I'm placing my cuticle bead, and then I'll go in with my blending bead. See that? And now I start pulling over the orange. And you want to, obviously you won't be able to do that if your bead is super dry, right? And I add a little more Sunset Paradise because I feel like the blend was a little off, right? So I think I actually go in with a little bit more Ashes of Roses after the purple color. If I don't, I encapsulate, but I was like wanting to go in with a little, yeah, see? So I could cover that part right there. But you see how certain colors, like, they just don't ombre good. And I think Ashes of Roses is like that because it's a very highly pigmented color. And sometimes with these colors, they just don't blend well. But anyways, it doesn't really matter, really. I mean, it came out good enough in my eyes, and my client loved it. So that's all that matters to me, is how much my client adores their nails. I don't care what anybody else says. As long as they love their nails, that's all I care about. So after I cap and I feel happy with the shape and everything, I'll move on to the pinky. And this is where I do the like 3 blues and the Cover Nude blush up at that cuticle. Or not. See how I switched things up at the last second? I'm like, my memory is so shot, I can't remember anything. Okay, so I'm going in with a marble on this nail, and I start with Ashes of Roses and Sunset Paradise. Ooh, those are so pretty. Ooh, I actually love how this nail in particular came out. I really, really like how the marbling came out on this nail. This is Plum and Ice Cream now. I think I had to grab a little more. Yeah, see, I had to grab a little more pink because I didn't have enough, not enough to swirl through. And when you're happy, obviously you don't want to be pulling it a lot, but when you're happy with the way it looks and it's polymerized enough, I just kind of try to flatten it down so the shape isn't too off. Now I'm using Deep Blue and On Your Mark, and I'm just making sure it kind of goes across the whole of the nail. You don't have to so much worry about shape with your marble because it's going to be off with shape. It's not until you come in with your clear and encapsulate that it starts to get its shape back. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So now I am marbling Let's Party and Blue Lover. And look at that. Look at that nail, guys. I just love how this came out. This is my glitter mix that I made. I actually specifically mixed this up using another glitter mix of mine, and then I used like a few different glitters within it. And I thought it was perfect for this set. Even though she had a galaxy set the last time with these 4-point stars, I feel like because it's like a unicorny Rainbow Bright set, you can't go wrong with like sparkly 4-point stars with rainbow iridescent glitter. Like, you just can't. It worked perfect for the set. Am I right or wrong? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. But when I'm happy with the glitter, I cap it. I cap it. I pop a cap in its ass, and I just go over that whole entire nail. Like, you ain't getting away from me, boy. You's getting capped in that ass. And you'll know it's capped because everything will be matte. Look at that. That was a rhyme. Poet didn't even know it. There's another. Must be his brother. Guys, I'm so goofy at this time of morning. And I have off today. You'll know that your glitter is capped because it won't look shiny anymore. So that's what I mean by matte for anybody watching that doesn't know what that means. I know that sounds funny, but there are people out there that don't realize what matte means. So now I'm finally going in with my pinky ombre. It's about damn time. I've been talking about this pinky for the last few fingers, thinking that I did it first, and nope, I surprised even myself. So I start off with deep blue, and I'm just making sure that I get it like covering most of the free edge there. So, which actually ended up, I don't know how it got messed up, but I actually ended up in the end going in with a little bit of blue lover because I couldn't really see the deep blue. I don't know why. But then I go in with Aladdin turquoise. And I hate like when you place the bead on the nail and you see how it like gets that like empty spot. I hate that. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves, like when it doesn't reach to the other side. I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Moving forward, I now go in with my Cover Nude blush. That is from Mia Secret. I love Mia Secret so much. I feel like their product consistently like has been the best product that I've used, that I've tried anyways. I have not had the pleasure of trying CJP or Glitter Bells or anything like that. I've been dying to. So if anybody knows where I can get Glitter Bell or CJP stuff from maybe a distributor in the United States, definitely let me know below. Or let me know what acrylics you guys like to use. Which ones work best for you guys? And what would you recommend? Personally, I feel like the whole time I've been doing nails, I've been using Mia Secret and Glam and Glitz. Now, I've heard a lot of people rave about Not Polished brand, saying that it's like so much better than Glam and Glitz. Like these people used to be Glam and Glitz lovers, and ever since they started using Not Polished, they've changed. Now, I just have an issue with the fact that it's I know dip powders are essentially acrylic, but they do spread different. Like it's harder to use them as an acrylic than a dip powder because the pigment is so weird in dip powders. Like sometimes you get marbling, sometimes you don't. So, and I know this because I use Color Club Serendipity as acrylic colors sometimes, but they marble a lot. So if there's anyone out there, even the eye gel ones that had that like huge sale recently, the 60% off sale, even a lot of those, like I've seen women do swatches of them on their videos. There's a lot of those that marble and don't blend right. But then again, there's a lot of pretty colors too. So I don't know. I'm just confused as to like where to go, what to get. I love Mia Secret's products so much. I feel like they spread on the nail like butter. They're very easy to use. However, I feel like there's better products out there than Mia Secret. And I just need to figure out which ones would be best for me, what would work better with my clientele. Because right now, the prep that I'm doing and the acrylic I'm using is perfect. My clients' nails last them forever. They look amazing most of the time when they come back. And so I don't know if I should fix something that's not broken or what. You ladies let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Because I'd be interested to see like what your guys' opinions are on that. Now, this thumb is another marble, and I absolutely love how this one turned out too. I really love how the whole set came out, honestly. And I left a lot of the video in for you guys, like prep all the way to top coat. It is a much longer video, and I apologize about that. I really did try to speed up where I could and shorten where I could, but there was just no way around, you know, taking some of the stuff out because I just couldn't. So the colors I started off with were Let's Party and On Your Mark. Then I used Ashes of Roses and the Turquoise Aladdin Series 1. Then I used Sunset Paradise with Plum. And now I'm going in with my Minty Apple with Mia Secret Ice Cream. Isn't that Minty Apple color life? I swear, it reminds me so much of Apple Shine from CJP. One of my favorite colors, actually. But when I'm happy with the placement of this, I will go in. I believe I actually go in with a little bit of glitter on here. And I use a little bit more of the Let's Party and On Your Mark because I felt like it just was missing marbling right there. It just wasn't enough. And I think I actually go in with some like swirls of glitter kind of throughout, like on a diagonal kind of, you know, just to kind of make some of that like stand out a little bit more. I'm not going over the whole entirety of the nail just because I didn't want that look for this one in particular. And on the other opposite hand, I don't know if I should tell you now or just wait till you guys see it because I don't know if you'll stay the whole time. But on the other hand, I kept that one in as well. And on that thumb, I ended up doing like a glass tip at the bottom near the free edge. So definitely stay for the whole video, guys, because you won't want to miss the other hand. It looks amazing. So right there, I actually used Ice Cream and Aladdin Turquoise. And now I'm going in with a little bit more glitter up at that top area. And when I'm happy, I'll cap it. Simple as that. And I start off almost at the cuticle area, but I like to start right here, especially like with a bigger nail and ones that have like glitter on it, because you want to make sure that almost the entirety of the bottom portion of the nail is capped before you go in with your cuticle area, because it just, I feel like, especially for beginners, that when you do it this way, or even like a 3-bead method and you start from your free edge, I feel like you get a better shape, especially when you're just starting out, because it's hard when you're first starting out to know exactly where things should be sitting and stuff like that. And I find like with the 2 or 1 bead method, it kind of just like automatically does it for you, because if you're holding the hand properly on a downward angle, gravity does its thing. So it falls into place anyways, especially if you're using like a really great high quality product. It self levels and it just, you know, it does what it's supposed to do. You don't have to chase it all over the nail. And that's what I like about Mia Secret too. I mean, it does its normal kind of spreading out, but you're not witnessing me chasing it all over the place. You know, I have good control over my beads. So on this pinky, I'm doing another 3-tone ombre. Instead, though, I'm going in with Mia Secret Ice Cream, Mia Secret Plum, and then I'll go in with Mia Secret Cover Nude Blush up at the cuticle area. And look how pretty that is. So I start with free edge bead, and then I will go in with another cuticle bead. Now you see, it's like pretty wet, but not too wet to where now I'm chasing it all over the place. It's just wet enough so I can mold it and get it into its proper place before I cap it. That's all. And just making sure that that area is built up as much as the opposite side. Because if it's not, then we're going to have an issue. The reason why you see me like kind of shaking her hand is because she was actually falling asleep in the chair, and whenever she fell asleep, her hand would like jump, and I kept telling her, you gotta wake up, hon, you gotta wake up, hon, because it makes my job very difficult if I can't place the acrylic properly and stuff like that. Obviously, if you do nails, you know what I mean, but if she didn't like jump and move in her sleep, it wouldn't be so bad, because I've had people fall asleep and it was fine. I did their whole set, no problem. But she actually jumps in her sleep, so it's not conducive, obviously, to my work to have her sleeping. So that's why I was shaking her hand, just to wake up. So I placed my cuticle bead, and then you see how I let gravity do its thing? I let it come down the bead, and I'm just kind of gently guiding it to the right place. You don't need to do anything more than that. It's as simple as that. I think I go in here with another marble. So I start off with Sunset Paradise and Let's Party. Look at how pretty those colors look together. So pretty. And I grabbed a little more Sunset Paradise. So pretty. This is going to be nice. I kind of blend that up a little bit, so when I place my next bead, it kind of just flows right down into it. I actually really like how this one came out too, and I ended up using, did I use the strips on here or glitter? I can't remember exactly, but then I go in with On Your Mark and my Minty Apple, and I grab a little more Minty Apple because I grabbed way too much of On Your Mark, so I had to kind of take some of that off a little bit. And then I'll go in, I believe I grab, more Sunset Paradise and Blue Lover. So it actually was a cute color together. So now I'm grabbing Ice Cream and Aladdin Turquoise. And I'll go in on that other part of the nail there with, oh wait, let me fix this part first, actually. There was a spot missing there on the nail. So I grabbed On Your Mark and Let's Party and added it there. Now I'm going to go up at that cuticle and finish it off. Let's see. So I'm using Ashes of Roses and Plum. Good choice. And it didn't really matter to me that I pulled down like that, just because I kind of already had it like swirled together. So for me, it was like, whatever. And so, okay, this is the finger that I went in with the angel paper shards on. And then the next marble I think I do the glitter again. So I'm just grabbing, like I said, from the other nail, I'm just making sure that the pieces that I grab fit nicely together and they don't look too bulky. They don't look like they're not supposed to be there. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, when you're placing your stuff. Always be really aware of how you're placing it, where you're placing it, and always be sure that you can cap it properly, because you don't want to make things more difficult for yourself. I mean, acrylic already is really hard to do. Once you've mastered it, though, it's like riding a two-wheeler. Once you do it, you know how to do it for the rest of your life. It's like one of those things, you know. But we all have our moments where we're off our A game. Am I right? Seriously. I mean, we all have those days where we look at the set and we're just like, yeah, I'm not happy with that. So don't ever feel like discouraged or like you're not getting better, or you know, maybe it's not worth sticking to it because they don't look right now. Like, I could show you pictures of nails I did years ago. And at the time, I promise you, I thought I was the shit. Compared to now, night and day. So it's one of those things. It's like I tell like my brothers and sisters or my kids, or you know what I mean? It's like anything worth having in life or achieving is not going to be easy. It's not. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth it. You know what I mean? It's just like a guy with a girl, right? No guy wants an easy girl. You know, because that tells them, well, if I could get them that easily, imagine who else could get them that easily. That's why you'll hear that. You'll hear that a lot from guys. Like, they want a challenge. They don't want a girl that they're able to sleep with on the first night and stuff like that. It's one of those things that it takes time to perfect. So you're not going to get something like this right overnight, especially if you're not putting in the effort and trying, you know. There are some people that just, they're good at everything they do, you know. But even they got to practice. Even they have to learn. So don't ever get down on yourself. Any questions, pop them below. Nothing is too stupid to ask. Nothing's too funny. Nothing's too weird. Like, I'll answer anyone's questions. I respond back to all my subscribers. I subscribe back to all of my subscribers. So please, if you're new here and you haven't decided to subscribe yet, please do so. You will not regret it, I promise. I actually have a lot of stuff in store. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing a massive giveaway just to show my appreciation and love for everybody. I want to shout out my sister's channel, Odd Wolf, because she's always super supportive on my channel, always comments. So on this tie-dye one, guys, I'm going in with my Minty Apple at the free edge. Then I go in with Let's Party. Now I'm going in with Aladdin Turquoise. But if you could see that Minty Apple, oh my goodness, that's it right there. I just absolutely adore that color. It's like a sea green color. So here we're going in with Blue Lover, and that's the baby kind of bluish. It's like it's hard to explain. It's like a sky blue, but it has like that glittery shimmer in it. It's so pretty. That's from the Blue Lovers collection. So is Let's Party, like that greenish color at the bottom. And then that's Plum, and I believe that one is from the Punch collection. This one is On Your Mark from Glam and Glitz, and that's from their Naked Color Acrylic collection. And then I go in with this Ice Cream by Mia Secret. And I think that may come from their Sweets collection. I'm not sure. And then I use Glam & Glitz Sunset Paradise. And that is from their Color Acrylic collection. And this is the one I believe that I do like the glitter on. And I add a little bit more On Your Mark first because it was just too translucent. And I'll go in a little more Blue Lover. Go in with a little more Aladdin Turquoise. Kind of fill in those edges and where it's see-through. Go in with a little more Let's Party. I think I go in with a little more Minty Apple. Yes. And I think I go in with a little bit more of the Sunset Paradise. I thought I did anyways. There's that deep blue. Super pretty. Super dope. Love that. Yep, see? So I go in with a little more of that. I think I actually do go in with a little bit more of the ice cream. Yeah, see? Just to kind of stand that pink out a little bit more. And now I'll go in with the glitter, I think. Yep. So you see how pretty that looks? It's just, oh my goodness. It's just like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like with like ombre and like tie-dye nails in particular, I feel like a iridescent glitter mix just, oh my goodness, it just brings it to that whole new level, makes it stand out so much more. And I just really feel like it makes the set that much better. And now I'll cap with my Mia Secret Clear. Awesome product. Now you see how I'm letting that like gravity, like let it go down on its own? Because it wants to. Obviously, it's going to follow gravity. It wants to do its own thing. It wants to settle into place where it goes. So if you're doing way too much, like, reading into it, like, I used to do that in the beginning. Like, overthink it way too much. And I used to play with the bead up at the top part way too much, trying to get it super, super thin and flush to the cuticle. Well, not even realizing that because of what I was doing, it was actually working against me, not with me. So when you let it just kind of sit and do its own thing, it falls into place naturally on its own. And then it gives you that beautiful natural shape that you see with really, really good shapers, people that file really, really good, that place their acrylic really, really nicely. it gives it that natural appearance where you don't have to do much filing at the end, because now you've mastered acrylic placement. So you don't have to do much now with your filing and stuff like that, because you've accomplished most of that with your brush already. So I go in with one more cuticle bead to build up that apex area and that strength point to give it that natural nail shape. Now I'm going in with a 3-tone ombre on this nail, and I actually start with my Aladdin turquoise. Yes, I have a thing for blue colors. Blue is my favorite color. I love blue so much. So yeah, I start with blue, as I usually do. Look at, there's another rhyme. So corny. So I start off by placing that at the free edge area and center area. I blend it backwards so it doesn't have like that harsh line. And then I guide most of the bulk down towards the free edge now, because you still need that like built up enough to where you can't see through it. That doesn't mean you have to have a harsh, huge, bulky line at the top. You can blend backwards. So then I go in with Blue Lover. And that's that really pretty, like, sky blue shimmer. Super, super pretty color. And the next color that I use up there makes this so pretty. This ombre come out so pretty. I use the ice cream. Oh my goodness, wait till you see how it looks. It makes it turn into like a, like where it blends, it looks like a purplish. You'll see, hang on. See that? I want to go in with a little bit more so I can have those sides covered. And then I'll put a little more on the other side so I can cover that side wall. And when I'm happy with it, I will cap it. And I don't think I use glitter on this one because I'm like, you know what? I want this one to be different. I want it to stand out on its own, so I didn't use glitter on this one. I do, however, go in with a little bit more Blue Lover and the Aladdin turquoise, because I felt like the bottom portion of the nail was just not proportioned properly to the rest of the nail. So, and look how much better it looks. Perfect. Now I could go in and cap it. And that's most of the video, guys. The rest of the video, I'm going in and I'm filing and shaping the nail, making sure that the free edge and the side walls are nice and crisp and filed nicely, and then go from there. And we top coat in the end. So I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of the video without my big old mouth in it talking, because I really just want you guys to relax and enjoy what's left. And any questions, please do not hesitate. Feel free to pop them below. In the beginning, I left a list of everything I used, just about. If you see something that I didn't list, just let me know, and I'll try to find it for you. Any links that you're curious about, I'll try to get for you. Just let me know in the comments. This one here, okay, I have one more. This is the thumbnail, the glass tip one that I was telling you guys about. So what I do is I start off with like a diagonalish S swoop in glitter. And I'm like, you know what? This one nail, I think this was one of the ones that I started over with, like a repair. I had to use a new tip. So I took advantage of that because I use clear tip. So I did a swirl of the glitter, and then up at the top area, I started doing like a tie-dye effect. So I start off with Let's Party from Me a Secret. Then I go in with Blue Lover. Then I'll go in with, I believe, oh, there's Minty Apple. That's my color. Now I go in with Deep Blue up in that corner area. I'm just making sure to clean off like the glitter if I get any acrylic on it, because it won't shine properly if you coat it in monomer or acrylic. Even if there's only a little on your brush, it'll still cover it. So that is the plum color from Mia Secret's Punch collection. And I think I go in with Sunset Paradise too, up in the other corner. I did a little more Blue Lover right there. Now I'm using Sunset Paradise. And then I think I use Ice Cream. Yeah. So up in that corner, I use Ice Cream too. Yes, see? Look at how pretty that came out. I don't know, I love it so much. I use a little more deep blue in the corner because I felt like it wasn't dark enough. And I think I'm happy with that now. So I'll go over the glitter parts and make sure that they're cleaned off and that you can see them good. Add a couple more little stars, I think, to like where the color is. And you see how I just cleaned that off because it was like a little foggy over it. That's from like whatever little product is on my brush. So now I'm getting like the little 4-point stars because I have a couple of the big ones. So I want a couple little ones to really stick out. And when I'm happy with that, I'll cap it. And then we go from there, guys. Like I said, that's pretty much the gist of it. I hope you guys really loved this video because I had so much fun creating this set. I started encapsulation from the top of the nail because it can be done. You don't have to do a 3-bead method. You can do one if you're comfortable with it. And you see how I did that? I made sure that, I pushed the product back up if I needed it to be back up there. You can get comfortable enough with your brush to the point where you can do this. It can be done. Trust me. Obviously, I'm doing it. But if I'm not happy with the way it looks or it needs more, I will add more. And I add a little more to the free edge area or mid-joint area. And then I'll actually go in with another small cuticle bead. I'm switching brushes because every so often the brush gets like caked with acrylic and I have it sit in acetone and then I'll switch between because I work with so much colored acrylic and stuff that it kind of cakes easily. So any suggestions on that, feel free to leave them below. I'm a little tired, guys, so I'm going to let you guys go. The video is almost over. I love you guys all so much. If you are new here, please subscribe. Definitely do so. And like and share if you feel like it. And until my next one, guys, to all my existing subscribers, thank you all so much for returning and watching another video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.